The Diary of a Certified Psychopath. Off the crank. And after a mid-month reprise of summer's solemn Monday blues had been drowned out by humanity's humdrum din of slow-moving traffic, pneumatic power tools, leaf blowers, Henry Hoovers, diamond-edged angle grinders, jet skis abound upon choppy waves like bucking broncos, and Shoreham Airfield's resident fleet of low-flying Piper Cherokees, captained by aspiring fighter pilots, with a dozen Red Barons firmly in their fictional crosshairs, the bigger picture remained broadly unaltered, and was further compounded by yet another astronomical bill from Britain's foremost energy supplier, for the unwitting consumption of roughly 2,875 times the combustible fuel than I burned off during my next two after-hours commissions to assuage the pangs of my locality's stranded and starving citizens. Both of these profitable famine alerts were farmed out by the same ubiquitous fulfiller, with the first reaching my active radar whilst cruising east along Upper Shoreham Road. After tapping to accept what appeared to be a conservatively proportioned consignment from Homebush Shopping Centre's integrated branch of Planet Earth's most prominent coffee franchise, I headed north at the complex's roundabout and entered its car park, securing my supple steed to the one vacant guardrail, entered the precinct and strolled confidently up to the area heavily branded by this large batch fair trade bean roaster, then announced my assigned code at the counter, whereupon a smug barista informed me that my client's order was in fact awaiting collection from their fellow dealer across the road, whose stall resided on the second floor of a popular high street department store, selling everything including the kitchen sink required to rinse out its recyclable cups. Curb-hopped my way to the premises, experiencing a sense of satisfaction at having exercised pedestrian's privilege, and in so doing shaved at least 2 minutes off my total journey time that any four-wheeled food farrier would have squandered negotiating their way out of the parking lot. Jogged up 27 stairs and across an airport departure lounge-sized lingerie section to the Costa kiosk. "It's just there," gestured the lone assistant arrayed in their employer's signature burgundy livery, and pointing to a capacious brown paper bag loaded with 2 large soya lattes and a skinny lemon muffin, that were then successfully transported along Kingston Broadway, past the lavish detached abodes of several private dental practices, up the 10% incline of King's Road, through a gate that nearly refused to unbolt, and finally into the waiting hand of their grateful recipient with not a single drop spilt. As I snapped and swiped to officially complete my assignment, this amenable customer claimed that they would be spending the evening pet-sitting for a close friend's spouse, and required some sobriety potion to refocus after an overindulgent liquid lunch. Upon hearing what sounded like 2 Siberian huskies trying to serenade a vocally unimpressed Yorkshire Terrier, I took polite leave and freewheeled back to the hill's southern junction, passing a shifty tortoise-shell tabby cat who'd been eyeing activities from beneath a neighbour's rosebush. The next impromptu request for nippy nosh conveyance fortuitously popped up as I approached the very establishment who was busy attending to its customers' culinary wishes. Southwick's place in the vibrant village square. By prevailing trade, a boutique fish and chip bistro, but one boasting a short-order menu filled with far more instant gratifications than the typical gamut of hand-filleted cod, gutted bass and poleaxed pollock, hauled from the channel's sustainably trawled waters, basted in batter, then deep-fried to a brighter ginger shade than Marge Simpson's fake tan. In its numerous lit display cabinets, I spotted many shapely offcuts of breaded poultry and premium minced pork in sausagey moulds, trying to look like Scotch Mars bars. My client's choice of comfort cuisine also departed from this maritime cafe's convention, as I discovered upon perusing the order's printed waybill, which an assigned packer who was busy double-wrapping the applicable consumables had handed me for scanning to complete the pickup, and read, Mega cheeseburger with char-roasted onion ring. With transit officially in progress, I cast off and headed up the east side of Southwick's tranquil village green, where a large circus tent was upstaging several flustered oak trees, and eventually rejoined Upper Shoreham Interstate in a homeward-bound direction, periodically glancing at my contractor's real-time cartographer and counting down the even house numbers as my destination drew near. Stopped when pin and pointer were aligned, then dismounted and shuffled sheepishly up to a locked porch door, equipped with no locker, intercom or ring video doorbell to make my presence known, nor a letterbox or cat flap through which to dispense with my customers' express provisions, had they instructed me to do so. Used some awkward idle time to thumb through the app and prepare a text message announcing my arrival, whereupon the inner door opened and my stranded forager materialized to retrieve his freshly cooked rations. "Meat and 1 veg, a very healthy choice," mumbled my spiteful subconscious as I relinquished the parcel, quietly enough to be inaudible, even to telepathic magpies. Tapped to confirm delivery and the end of my professional duties for this otherwise purposeless ride, with £8 in hard cash accrued for just under an hour of what my instincts and Dr. Garmin's unusually accurate cardiogram agreed was soft lactic labour.